everyone, so today's video is going to be the end of the year book tag. Now I'm filming and probably uploading this video a little bit late because I didn't know that this tag was like a thing that people did until I saw people uploading them all of a sudden. Like the time period that people upload these videos in of this tag will probably already have passed, but I'm still uploading it because it seems to be a thing that a lot of booktubers do. So here I am filming it last minute. So yeah, like I said, I will do the end of the year book tag, and the first question of that tag is, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? Now, I don't really need to finish any books. I do want to finish some books that I started reading this year. One of them being Like a Love Story. This is an audiobook that I'm listening to, and I'm really struggling to finish it because of the topic, and I feel like that's like the only one that I do want to try and finish before 2022 starts, which it's so weird that it's already going to be 2022. Like where did the years go? I feel like 2 seconds ago it was 2020. Like it's so weird. But yeah, on to the next question. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book that you transition into the end of the year with? I have no idea if I actually said that question right because I tried saying it like 3 times and I cannot do it. Also, the like corset top thing that I'm wearing currently is annoying me a bit because it's too big, because I, struggle to actually know what size I am, and so I buy a size too big usually, and then it ends up being too big. So yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy this top though. Like, it's the first time that I'm wearing it and I'm having a bit of trouble like styling it properly, but hopefully it looks kind of okay, I guess. But yeah, on to the actual answer to this question, like an autumnal book that you use to get you into the spirit of the end of the year. And I don't really have books like that except for one that could kind of fit this question, and that is A Monster Calls. I read this book in October, and I actually like reread it like for the 5th time, and I bawled my eyes out because it's very, very sad. But yeah, I feel like this book is like a good autumnal book to transition into the end of the year with, especially because this is the like illustrated version, so it has very like interesting like illustrations. I don't know if it will show up on camera very well because it's like mainly like black, white, and gray, but yeah, it has like really nice illustrations. I really like it. So yeah, this would be like an autumnal book that I use to transition into the end of the year with. So hopefully that kind of answers the question. The next question is there a new release that you are still waiting for? Now, I don't really wait for new releases because I typically forget which books are new releases because I just like add them on Goodreads, but then they like, get onto this list of like 800 books that I want to read on Goodreads, and then I forget that they exist until I see people talking about them and how good they are, and by that point, they're already released. So yeah, I don't really wait for new releases because I forget that they exist. So yeah, I don't really have any that I'm still waiting for. Then question number 4 is, what are 3 books that you still want to read before the end of the year? Now, if you've watched my November TBR, you kind of know what the answer is going to be. But the first one is A Conjuring of Light. Now, I do own this book physically, like it's right there actually on like my book cart that I bought like a couple days ago or a couple weeks. I can't remember because time is a social construct, but yeah, it's right there. I don't want to pick it up because I don't want to move too much, especially because, my top keeps falling down. This is what happens when you don't actually know your size because you have body dysmorphia. But yeah, anyway, the book is right there. I don't want to like grab it, but I really want to finish this before the end of the year, even though it's like 500, 600 pages. But yeah, this is the first book that I want to read before the end of the year. The second book is All the Lights We Cannot See. I decided to start reading this book in October. I got about 20 pages in and then I stopped because I wasn't feeling it. But I do want to finish this book before the end of the year. Hopefully I'll be able to do it, but we'll see, I guess. Then the third book, or well, series that I want to finish before the end of the year is a bit ambitious because I don't actually own the third book, but that is the Brown Sister series. I actually own the first book and I've read it. I also own the second book. I haven't read it, but I will probably have read it by the time that you see this video. And then I don't own the third book, which is the last book, but I do want to hopefully buy it sometime soon if I can buy it. But I do hope that like I can find it somewhere this year because I'm really excited for this book. But yeah, those are like the 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year. Technically 4 if you include the second book of the Brown Sister series, but yeah, just ignore that. Question number 5 is, do you think that there is still a chance that there is going to be a book that will shock you and become your favorite book of the year or one of your favorite books of the year? And I don't think so, unless, like I just mentioned, like Act Your Eve Brown. If I read that one, maybe that will become one of my favorite books of the year, but I doubt it considering it's quite spicy sometimes, and I don't think I could ever give a book with a spice level that high of 5 stars because I'm quite uncomfortable reading it. So I don't think I'm still gonna find books that are really gonna shock me and become like one of my favorite books of the year. It could happen, but I doubt it. I think my favorite books of the year are pretty set in stone. I might like make a video on that if you guys want to, like at the end of the year, like my favorite books of the year. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. Then the last question of this tag is, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? Now, I kind of have already started making reading plans, or more like video plans, because I want to do like videos of me reading very popular books, but like those videos are gonna be like readathons almost. Like I'm gonna like film me like reading it, and those videos are very difficult for me to film, so I wasn't able to film them this year, but I am gonna try and film them next year. And so books that I want to read next year that are like, you know, on my list of books that I want to read and film are The Song of Achilles, Cemetery Boys, and the Cruel Prince series. I don't actually know what that one's called, like Folk of the Air series, something like that. Yeah, I want to like film me reading those books, and I didn't have like the strength to do it this year, so hopefully I will have the strength to do it next year, which I doubt because my shoulder is like really hurting from like holding up a Monster Calls like 2 seconds. I don't know why my body is like this. I don't know why it's so weak, but yeah. Hopefully next year I will actually be able to film those reading vlogs, and hopefully of course I will also enjoy those books. So this was the end of this tag. Like, it's actually a pretty short tag, which I appreciate because I'm in pain now from filming. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me doing this tag, even if it's a bit later than other people do it. Next year, if this time comes around again, I will make it on time, the video for this tag. So yeah, I would love it if you like put down below like some books that you still want to read before the end of the year. I would really love to know like what books you still want to read, because you know, I love to like interact with you guys. So yeah, I hope you also have like a great like end of the year. I know a lot of people like celebrate things like different holidays. So yeah, I hope you have a lot of fun doing that. I don't really do stuff like that because my family is not very festive, I guess. So yeah, I don't really celebrate holidays that much, but if you celebrate it, I hope you have a good time. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for putting up with me constantly, like, pushing up like the straps on my top. It's really annoying, but yeah, I hope you still enjoyed this video despite all of that, and bye.